Hey Changemaker, are you dissatisfied with how social change initiatives are designed? Do you think that your organization's project design process is a little stale? Want to fuse it with more innovation? Then this video is for you. I'll share a couple of insights and some great tools from the design thinking world to help you improve how you design social change initiatives. In my 20-some years of working on social change, and more specifically on demonstrating evidence of that change, I noticed a couple of things. Tight proposal writing timelines usually call for, at best, quick and dirty visits that capture less than inclusive or complete voices from the field. And at worst, trigger a frantic copy and paste exercise from other proposals that had been improved by the funder in the past. So in 2016, I created the Rethink Social Change cards in part to help reflect on how to make social change happen in new ways by widening the field of possibilities to infuse different and new ideas to how we envision change within the limits that we're given. These kinds of tools do take a little bit more time and require a little organizing, but they will lead to more relevance, more contextualization, and definitely more empowerment for the people you want to serve, especially if they're done in a participatory fashion. Anyway, fast forward to 2020, I wanted to better understand how design thinking could help me blow some fresh air into how I support my clients achieve tangible and sustainable social change. So I first became a practitioner, then a facilitator of the LUMA system. Ever heard of it? Well, the LUMA Institute out in Pennsylvania created, or rather consolidated, existing methods into a great framework to simplify any design process into 3 key steps, which are looking, understanding, and making. The game changer for us social change folk is the making phase because it is co-creative, it's engaging and super useful in the project design phase. I'll share 4 tools that I find particularly useful, and I'll tell you how through a youth engagement example. But before I do that, let me give you some background on design thinking and the 3 phases of the LUMA system. So design thinking is really a mindset, a way of thinking that harnesses the power of collaboration and iterative design towards a defined future state that adds value. The LUMA Institute added a human element that empathizes with users of a service or participants, beneficiaries of a project, as opposed to only focusing on responding to a need. They call the approach human-centered design, a process to design with people, for people. Back to the 3 phases of the LUMA system. First up, the looking phase. This is where we set the stage by exploring and understanding the challenge we're tackling. It's about observing, gathering insights, getting a feel for the problem we're trying to solve. It's like a research phase where we interview, we observe, we journal, we evaluate, etc. It includes, in essence, most of the capture missions approach, but the tools tend to help us be more thorough, inclusive, and open to seeing what we may not have otherwise. Then comes the understanding phase. Once we've got a solid grasp of the challenge, we dive deeper to empathize with the people we're designing for to build a strong foundation for the creative journey. That's where we do our problem tree analyses, our stakeholder maps, we map out concepts, we take stock of the good, the bad, and the potentials, etc. Finally, the making phase, this is where the magic happens. We take those insights and ideas and bring them to life. Whether it's sketching, prototyping, or creating tangible solutions, we're turning our thoughts into reality. This is the part that I wanted to talk about. But to be honest, it took me a while to see how we could prototype, say, a dialogue process for social change or a capacity strengthening process beyond listing activities with standard outcome indicators. See, most social change processes are not as tangible as, for example, the development and creation of a new school curriculum. But as I worked with the tools in this phase, I started to see the potential because they help get early validation and iteration. They also help to ensure that the project remains adaptable to changing community needs and context. And if you make them really participatory by involving community members, then they also stimulate ownership and participation later down the line. It's a real game changer because prototypes make our ideas real and easier to communicate, and they have an inbuilt feedback loop through the iterative improvement process. And finally, it's a risk reduction strategy. By addressing issues early on, we save time, resources, and headaches down the road. Enough said. Here are the 4 methods from the Lunma system that I have found particularly useful at the design stage of a social change project to boost creativity and innovation. Let's take a youth engagement project as an example. In the making phase, the team can create prototypes of interactive workshops, mobile apps, or social media campaigns. Testing these prototypes with a small group of young participants allows the team to gather valuable feedback, identify what elements are most engaging. This iterative process ensures that the final youth engagement initiative is finely tuned to capture the interest and active participation of the target demographic. So method 1 is the concept poster. It could, for example, help visually articulate the essence of a mentorship program, highlighting its significance and operational details. It's like a visual theory of change. It shows what the project idea is, why it matters, and how it works. Because ultimately, you want to influence people to embrace your project by communicating what makes it an appropriate solution to a given problem. The poster then becomes a powerful tool to advocate for your idea and garner support from different stakeholders. Method 2, storyboarding. In the context of youth engagement, it helps envision the creation of, say, visual narratives that outline the experience young participants go through in the project. By using images, the team can effectively communicate the essence of the initiative, promoting a deeper understanding and connection with the intended audience. This is also great for identifying key outcome or change milestones. The third method is creative matrix, where a team brainstorms diverse ideas by intersecting categories such as different youth personas and various engagement platforms, for example. This method ensures a wide range of concepts to explore and refine, tailoring the program to meet the unique needs of and preferences of the audience. And finally, number 4 is round robin, another dynamic brainstorming method for a small team to generate out-of-the-box ideas collaboratively. Each team member contributes, ensuring diverse perspectives that enrich the project's design. It's a collaborative approach that results in a set of ideas that better resonate and connect with youth. There you have it. I really believe that these methods, independently or jointly, offer powerful ways to innovate in the design of social change initiatives. Hope this will help you design more purposeful projects. If you like it, share it with your team before you design your next new project. And if you don't have the space to use these methods for the design of a new project, test them in your ongoing projects to be ready for a new one. If you'd like more specific guidance, feel free to reach out. More info in the description box. Till next time, be the change.